It's crazy how fast the days are flying by. It's the 11th of January. We've not changed our clothes in 11 days.
Wow, okay.
Straight in.
Straight in.
So, I want to talk to you about steadiness. And I don't mean Steady Eddie, the arcades in Blackpool where you used to hang out as a kid. I mean stoicism.
Okay, thank you.
If you want to be unsteady, for if a person shifts their caution to their own reasoned choices and the acts of those choices, they will at the same time gain the will to avoid. But if they shift their caution away from their own reasoned choices to things not under their control, seeking to avoid what is controlled by others, they will then be agitated, fearful, and unstable. Epictetus Discourses.
Beautiful. Wow. Hey, that's an interesting, wasn't it? Because preparation is interesting, right? Preparation could be how well do I know my product, right? I'm not a massive believer in that. But as a salesperson, how well do I know my craft as a salesperson? So if I know, here are the top 3 objections that always come up, how prepared am I to deal with them? How prepared am I for the curveball of, we've done this before, but it didn't really work for us? Or how do you compare to X company? How prepared are you for the off-the-cuff question that might just throw things off and that you weren't expecting? How do you make it so the unexpected is expected?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so interesting, isn't it? Like, the objections that you get on sales calls, cold calls, discovery calls, whatever, you've probably heard them all before. There's nothing that's going to shock you, yet so many people feel stumped and don't know how to answer them or how to respond. The advice I give is, like, you should always know how to respond. You should go away, you should do your preparation and get prepared on how to handle those objections. But like Robert De Niro, when he's starring in Meet the F***ers 2 or something else great like that, he's preparing, okay? So when I'm watching the film...
He's preparing to meet a f***.
He's preparing to meet a f***er. When I'm watching the film and I'm like, this is amazing acting, he might have said that 97 times, but he's delivering it every single time with that incredible ability to make you believe that he's a different character. He's not Robert De Niro. He's actually Ben Stiller's father-in-law. And I think that's so important. Do you remember Mr. Uphill from our school?
I certainly do. He remembers me as well when I see him.
I remember, this really sticks with me, and he stood up in our assembly one day and he said, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. And I thought, I'm not doing any revision tonight.
Why? Because you wanted to fail?
Yeah, I wanted to fail. No, but it stuck with me, that. And I think that is so true, that if you don't prepare, if you don't know what you're going into, then obviously you're not going to get the desired effect. And it's all about working towards that. So maybe an activity that you can do on your commute this morning, or if you're journaling, think of the top 3 objections that you get on every call, okay? Think about how you handle them. If you don't know how to handle them, go away, work it and find out. Speak to somebody else that knows how to them. You'll have your responses. And then work on, how do I sound like this is the first time I'm saying it every single time.
Yeah, exactly. And what you'll probably find is all objections, the theme is control, aren't in your control anyway. The best way to deal with objections is to let the person who should deal with them naturally deal with them. And who is that person? Is it the salesperson or is it the prospect?
It's the prospect.
It's the prospect. So what we're doing here is we're teaching in layers. And life is layers, as is an onion. Chop it up 3 times, different ways, put it in the pan, and let it cook.
I've never heard someone say an onion is steady.
No, me neither.
I want to talk to you about the magic of maths.
Wow. I got a D.
Yeah. What
did I get in maths?
What did you get in maths?
It's very good.
Very clever. People go into situations not prepared. We know that. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. So it's January, okay? It's January the 11th. You're looking out on the year. You probably have an annual target that you want to hit. You want to go to Cancun with President's Club. You've got a target to hit. We're going to help you hit it. So what is that target? Okay, my target is £100,000 or dollars or wherever you are in the world. Well, what's my average order value? It's £10,000. So that's 10. I need to get 10 deals. But I'm not going to say 10 because actually something might happen along the way. I'm not in control. One comes in for 7. So maybe I'll say, right, okay, I'm going to go for 12 or 15. How many opportunities do I need to get a deal? How many discovery calls do I need to get an opportunity? How many cold calls do I need to get a meeting? How many conversations? And you work it backwards until it's broken down into little bite-sized chunks that compound on a daily basis. I need to have X amount of conversations today. I typically get that by getting the dials. So if you do that, focus what's in your control, then you're not getting kind of hung up on all the faff that comes with it.
Yeah. I think I talked about this before on one of the other days, but when I first started off with a meeting, my goal was to get 2 meetings a day, because I thought 2 meetings a day, 20 working days in a month, that's 40 meetings. It wasn't because I wanted 40 clients, it's because I wanted choice. I didn't want to be sat there thinking every single conversation has to come in because I'm so far behind target. I wanted the choice of 40 people to sit down with. Doesn't matter if I do or don't work with them, because I've got another 38 conversations, another 30 conversations, whatever it may be, a constant backlog of choice. And I think that's where anxiety can come from with salespeople, not having that choice.
And I think it's also like one of the things you've said is like, it's unrealistic that if I get 40 meetings or 40 meetings that I won't close X and I won't have the clients. It'd be like, I'm going to do so much more. So that, and then if you exceed your target, amazing. You're supposed to. Remember, like, a target isn't just like it's what am I saying? But like, you don't just have to hit a target.
No.
Like, that's like probably the bare minimum of what you want to work towards. So I think that there's loads of things that you can take away, but prepare. If you know that you're going into a hard situation, prepare for what that hard situation is.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more.
I've been Jack Frimston.
I've been Zach Thompson.
Remember, you will die.
Oh, wow. What's that?